The greatest power any man or woman can possess is a clear and burning sense of purpose. Without it, the mind is like a ship without a rudder, adrift, lost in the currents of distraction, hesitation, and fear. But when an individual fixes their mind upon a single aim, backed by unwavering determination, the forces of the universe begin to align. Nature bends to the will of the one who knows exactly where they are going. This is not imagination, it is law. The man who understands what he wants and moves toward it with decision attracts the tools, the people, and the opportunities necessary for its attainment. Most individuals fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they have never taken the time to identify their chief aim in life. They wander through their days without clarity, reacting to circumstances instead of directing them. A mind without a destination becomes a playground for fear, doubt, and indecision. But a mind governed by purpose becomes a weapon of precision. It becomes immune to distraction. Every thought, every action, every choice begins to serve that higher calling. Definiteness of purpose is the foundation of mental strength. It sharpens the mind like steel. It builds endurance, because when you know why you're doing something, you will tolerate the pain, the boredom, the setbacks, and the delays. Purpose turns resistance into fuel. It doesn't make the road easier, it makes the traveler stronger. There is no success, no fulfillment, no power without it. You may work hard, you may be intelligent, you may be well connected, but without a clear purpose, all of it is scattered energy, wasted motion. A powerful mind is a focused mind. Focus does not come naturally to the undisciplined. It must be forged, and it is forged by the habit of sitting down with yourself and asking, what do I truly want? Not what others expect of me, not what society has programmed me to chase, but what lights the fire within me. What am I willing to suffer for? What goal is worthy of my full devotion? The mind, once given a worthy task and repeated affirmation, will begin to mold reality in its image. That is the secret known to every person of power who has left a legacy. No one drifts to greatness. No one stumbles into strength. It is claimed consciously, intentionally, through vision and will. You must choose your mountain. Then you climb it regardless of weather. There will be days when progress is invisible. There will be moments of deep doubt. But if the purpose is definite, if it is rooted in your identity, then quitting is no longer an option. The mind begins to harden into resolve. Emotion gives way to principle. Temporary defeats are seen as tests of character rather than signals to turn back. Purpose gives birth to discipline. You wake up earlier, not because you have to, but because your purpose demands it. You say no to distractions, not because they are bad, but because they are irrelevant to your path. You become immune to the opinions of others, because the only opinion that matters is your future self, watching silently, waiting to see if you will rise. With purpose, fear diminishes. Uncertainty becomes challenge. Pain becomes proof that you're alive and moving. A definite purpose doesn't need to be grand in the eyes of others. It only needs to be authentic in the soul of the one who carries it. Whether your purpose is to build a business, raise a family, lead a community, create art, or master a craft, it must be specific. Vagueness is the enemy. The mind thrives on clarity. Vague desires lead to vague results. The clearer your aim, the stronger your mind becomes in its pursuit. A man with a mission is dangerous to mediocrity. He does not waste time. He does not beg for permission. He moves with intent. Others feel it in his words, in his posture, in his presence. The mind, when given purpose, starts to eliminate weakness. Doubt is replaced with determination. Hesitation is replaced with motion. The noise of the world fades away, and all that remains is the next step, the next brick in the wall of your destiny. You were not born to drift. You were not created to conform. You were made to rise, to pursue something with the whole of your being. Find that aim, name it, declare it, and then, from that moment forward, train your mind to serve only it. Let it be the fire beneath your labor, the compass in your chaos, and the reason you refuse to bend when life attempts to break you. Purpose is not a luxury, it is a necessity. The human mind is the greatest power in the world, yet it is also the most misused and misunderstood. You are not a victim of your thoughts, you are their master, and the sooner you realize this truth, the sooner you can unlock your true potential. Your thoughts are the seeds of your destiny. Every single thing you have in your life, good or bad, was once a thought. Your circumstances today are a direct result of what you have been thinking about for weeks, months, or even years. If you do not control your thoughts, they will control you. Mastery of thought is not something that can be acquired overnight. It is a discipline, a conscious effort that requires practice, persistence, and the courage to confront your own mind. The average person spends little time considering the nature of their thoughts. They allow them to wander freely, responding to external stimuli, reacting to the people and events around them. But this lack of control is the very reason so many fail to reach their potential. To master your mind is to take full responsibility for your thoughts, to guard them vigilantly, and to direct them toward the outcomes you desire. One of the first steps in mastering your thoughts is to become aware of them. Most people go through their lives without ever taking inventory of their mental habits. Their minds are cluttered with fear, doubt, and negativity, and they do not even realize it. But you cannot change what you do not acknowledge. Begin by paying attention to your internal dialogue. Is it supportive or critical? Is it empowering or discouraging? Are your thoughts aligned with your goals, or are they merely reactions to external circumstances? This awareness is the foundation of mastery. When you start to notice your thoughts, you realize just how much power they have over your life. Once you are aware of your thoughts, the next step is to challenge them. You must recognize that not all thoughts are created equal. Some are constructive, some are destructive. Some thoughts propel you toward your goals, while others keep you stuck in fear and inertia. The majority of people allow their minds to be dominated by negativity, by worry, doubt, and the opinions of others. They let these negative thoughts dictate their actions, creating a cycle of failure and frustration. But you have the ability to replace these thoughts with more productive, empowering ones. When a thought of fear or doubt enters your mind, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this thought helping me? Is it moving me closer to my goal? Is it true? More often than not, you will find that the thoughts that hold you back are based on false beliefs and irrational fears. You are the creator of your thoughts, and you can replace them with new, more positive ones. The power of your thoughts is magnified when you combine them with emotion. Thought alone is not enough. You must charge your thoughts with energy, with passion, with purpose. When you think a thought with great emotion, you begin to send out vibrations into the universe that attract like energies. This is why people who are truly successful in life are often those who think and feel with intensity. Their thoughts are not mere fleeting ideas. They are powerful forces that create change. They think with purpose, with certainty, with faith. Every thought they have is a step closer to their desired outcome because their thoughts are charged with the energy of belief and commitment. But emotional energy alone is not enough. Thought and emotion must be backed by action. You cannot simply sit in a room and think about your dreams. You must act upon them. A thought without action is like a fire without fuel. It cannot burn. Mastery of thought requires you to take deliberate action in alignment with your mental focus. When you train your mind to think and act in harmony, you begin to produce results. You create momentum, and with momentum comes power. The more you think about your goals and take action toward them, the more natural it becomes to continue doing so. This creates a self-reinforcing cycle that propels you forward. The mind is constantly shaping your reality, whether you are aware of it or not. Every time you choose a thought, you are laying the groundwork for your future. Every time you decide to focus on what you want instead of what you fear, you are programming your subconscious to create solutions rather than problems. The key to mental strength is not just in the quantity of thoughts, but in their quality. A few well-directed thoughts, combined with emotion and action, are far more powerful than 1,000 random, scattered ones. To master your thoughts, you must also develop a mental environment that supports your success. Your thoughts are influenced by the people, information, and experiences you expose yourself to. Surround yourself with positivity, people who encourage you, books that inspire you, and environments that foster growth. The world around you is a reflection of your mind. If you fill it with negativity, you will attract more negativity. If you fill it with positivity, you will attract more of the same. The mental environment you create for yourself is just as important as the thoughts you choose to think. And finally, the mastery of thought requires patience and consistency. It is easy to get discouraged when change does not happen overnight, but the mind is like any other muscle. It must be trained. Just as a bodybuilder does not see results after a single workout, you will not see instant results in the mastery of your thoughts. But every time you choose a positive thought, every time you replace a negative belief with a powerful new one, you are strengthening your mind. Over time, you will find that your thoughts are no longer a source of anxiety or distraction. They become a source of power, guiding you toward your goals with clarity, confidence, and determination. The mastery of your thoughts is the key to mastering your life. Success is not a straight path. It is not a road that is paved with constant victories and smooth sailing. It is, in fact, often a long and difficult journey, full of challenges, setbacks, and moments when everything seems to be falling apart. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail lies not in their ability to avoid defeat, but in their ability to persist in the face of it. Life is not about avoiding the inevitable difficulties that come with pursuit. It is about how you respond to them. The world is full of individuals who have given up just before they were about to reach their goal. They allowed a temporary setback to convince them that the dream was impossible, that their efforts were in vain, that they were not good enough. But what they failed to realize is that defeat is not the opposite of success. It is a part of success. Every failure carries with it the seed of success. And it is those who refuse to surrender who reap the reward. It is through persistent effort, through pushing forward, even when the odds are stacked against you, that greatness is achieved. The human spirit has an incredible capacity for endurance. It is in our nature to overcome obstacles, to rise again after a fall, and to keep moving forward when everything inside us tells us to stop. But this capacity must be cultivated. It must be nurtured with resilience, with faith in your purpose, and with a refusal to allow any defeat, no matter how large or small, to define you. Too many people allow one failure to derail them for life. They allow the voice of doubt to overshadow the voice of determination. But the greatest achievers in history have all faced defeat at some point. They didn't let it break them. They used it to build themselves strong. Persistence is the antidote to the poison of defeat. It is the shield that protects you from the temptation to give up. When you face failure, it is easy to fall into the trap of self-doubt. It is easy to believe that because things are not working out now, they never will. But nothing in life is permanent, not success, not failure. The key is to stay the course, to continue working, learning, and adapting, even when the end seems far away. Success is not the result of never failing, it is the result of never quitting. To persist in the face of defeat, you must have an unshakable belief in the worth of your goal. You must know deep down in your core that what you are working toward is valuable, that it is worth every ounce of effort, every sleepless night, every ounce of frustration. Without this belief, persistence becomes difficult. It becomes a burden, a task that you might abandon at the first sign of resistance. But when your goal is clear, when it is rooted in your heart, you will not stop. You will rise again and again, no matter how many times you fall. Each failure, each defeat, each struggle becomes a lesson, an opportunity to grow stronger, more determined, and better equipped for the journey ahead. This persistence is not passive. It is not a matter of simply waiting for things to get better on their own. It requires action, constant, deliberate, and thoughtful action. It means getting up every time you fall, but it also means evaluating, adjusting, and learning from your past experiences. It means being flexible in your approach, but unyielding in your commitment to your ultimate goal. Persistence is not blind determination. It is the ability to course correct, to adjust your strategy when necessary while staying focused on the end result. At times, the path may seem too difficult. The obstacles may seem insurmountable. But it is in those moments that persistence matters most. When everyone else has turned back, when others have given up, it is your determination that will push you through. The world is full of people who will tell you that your dreams are impossible, that you are wasting your time, that you should quit while you're ahead. These voices of defeat are powerful, but they are not your truth. Your truth is that you are capable of more than you realize. Your truth is that each setback, no matter how painful, brings you closer to the person you must become to achieve your dreams. With every challenge, you learn, you grow, and you evolve into the person who is capable of achieving that which you desire. Persistence is not simply about working hard. It is about working smart. It is about being relentless in your pursuit of improvement, in your pursuit of mastery. With each failure, you gain new insights into what works and what doesn't. You become more adept at overcoming obstacles. You refine your strategy and strengthen your resolve. It is not the individual failure that matters. It is the ability to keep pushing forward, to remain steadfast in your vision, and to trust in the process. To persist in the face of defeat, you must also have patience. The road to success is not a sprint, it is a marathon, and in every marathon there are moments of fatigue, moments when you question whether the effort is worth it. But the winners in life are those who know how to endure those moments, to push through them with an unrelenting drive. It is those who endure the greatest struggles who are eventually rewarded with the highest victories. It is only by enduring through the hardest times that you can truly appreciate the sweet taste of success. You will face obstacles, but they are not there to stop you. They are there to test your commitment, to see if you are truly worthy of what you seek. Every setback is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than the circumstances around you. Every defeat is a chance to rise again, to show that you cannot be broken, and that your dreams are more important than any temporary struggle. Persistence is the force that turns ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. When you refuse to give up, when you refuse to let defeat define you, you are unstoppable. Faith, when combined with deliberate action, becomes the unstoppable force that propels a person to greatness. It is not enough to simply believe that success is possible. You must back that belief with the courage to act on it, even when the path is uncertain, even when the outcome is unclear. Faith without action is like a dream without movement. Nothing more than a fleeting thought that evaporates in the face of reality. But when faith is solidified by persistent effort, it transforms into power, an undeniable magnetic force that draws the results you desire into your life. Faith is the bedrock upon which all achievement is built. It is the belief that your desires are not only possible but inevitable if you stay true to them. This faith is not born from external validation or fleeting moments of hope. It is a deep, inner conviction that refuses to accept failure as an option. It is not a vague wish, nor is it dependent on luck or circumstance. Faith is the unshakable belief in the potential of your efforts and the strength of your vision. It is the trust that no matter how long or difficult the journey may be, you will arrive at your destination if you remain steadfast. However, it is easy to have faith when the journey is smooth, when everything seems to be aligning perfectly with your goals. But true faith reveals itself when the road is rough, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, and when doubt begins to creep into your mind. This is the moment when most people falter, when they begin to question whether their dreams are worth pursuing. It is in these moments that faith must be coupled with action. Without action, faith remains a passive wish. It is through action that faith becomes tangible. It is through effort, movement, and relentless pursuit that faith transforms into reality. The action you take must align with the belief you hold. To act without faith is to wander aimlessly, unsure of the direction or purpose. To have faith without action is to stand still, waiting for something to happen without ever moving toward it. Faith, when supported by action, becomes a roadmap to your goals. Every step you take is reinforced by the belief that each action is leading you closer to your desired outcome. This harmony between belief and effort creates momentum. It is this momentum that breaks down barriers, removes obstacles, and attracts opportunities. The universe responds to those who combine their belief with consistent action, for it sees that they are ready to receive what they seek. But faith backed by action is not always about immediate results. Often the path you choose will require you to walk through the unknown, to face situations that do not immediately reward your efforts. There will be days when you question your purpose, when the fruits of your labor seem distant, and when the obstacles seem insurmountable. In these times, the faith you have in your vision will be tested. It is in these moments of doubt that action must be your guiding light. Faith does not waver because the results are delayed. It continues to burn brightly, unwavering in its conviction, while you take the necessary steps to turn that belief into a tangible outcome. In the absence of visible progress, you must believe in the process itself. Your actions, no matter how small they may seem in the moment, are contributing to the larger picture. Each small step is a brick in the foundation of your success. Many people fail because they expect instant gratification. They take a few steps toward their goal, and when they do not see immediate returns, they abandon their faith. But true faith requires patience. It requires trust in the invisible forces at work, knowing that your efforts will pay off in time, even if you cannot yet see how. Every action you take, every ounce of effort you invest, compounds over time. It is like planting a seed. At first, there is no sign of growth. The soil may seem barren, the weather may seem unfavorable, but with continued care and effort, the seed eventually breaks through the earth and begins to grow. The key is to persist faithfully and consistently until your efforts manifest in the form of results. Action must also be intelligent. It must be purposeful. Faith without a plan, without focused effort, can easily lead to frustration. To bring your dreams to fruition, you must take strategic steps toward them. You must be willing to make adjustments, to learn from setbacks, and to refine your approach. Action does not mean mindless effort. It means working with intention, knowing that each step you take is an investment in the future you desire. The clarity of your goal, combined with the strength of your belief, will guide you in making these intelligent decisions. And as you take each action, the path will become clearer, as if the universe itself is responding to your persistence and faith. It is important to recognize that faith backed by action is a force that not only moves you, but also influences the people and circumstances around you. When you act in alignment with your vision, you begin to attract like-minded individuals, opportunities, and resources that support your journey. This is the law of attraction in its truest form. When you have unwavering faith and combine it with deliberate action, you magnetize the people, the ideas, and the events that will help bring your dream into reality. Faith and action together create an unstoppable cycle. The more action you take, the stronger your belief becomes because you begin to see the tangible results of your effort. And the stronger your belief, the more action you are inspired to take. It becomes a self-reinforcing loop that accelerates your progress and transforms the impossible into the inevitable. You no longer wait for the world to give you permission. You act as though you have already achieved your goal, and your actions create the reality you envision. Your faith becomes the catalyst that propels you to higher levels of success, and your action becomes the vehicle that takes you there. The combination of these two forces, the quiet, unwavering belief and the relentless, focused action, is the key to overcoming any obstacle and achieving greatness. Self-discipline is the key to achieving any significant goal in life. It is the bridge between what you want and what you are willing to do to attain it. Without self-discipline, the most brilliant minds, the most passionate hearts, and the most visionary dreams remain unfulfilled. It is the difference between success and failure, between those who reach their potential and those who fall short. Self-discipline is not about perfection. It is about making the right choices consistently, even when it is difficult. It is the ability to stay focused on your long-term goals despite the short-term distractions that life throws your way. Most people live their lives reacting to circumstances. They let their emotions, impulses, and external events dictate their actions. They make decisions based on immediate pleasure or relief rather than long-term gain. This lack of self-discipline leads to scattered efforts, procrastination, and, ultimately, unfulfilled potential. The individual who lacks discipline lives in a constant state of imbalance, pulled in many directions but never truly moving forward. To achieve anything of real value, you must develop the ability to consistently control your actions, thoughts, and emotions, aligning them with your highest goals. The first aspect of self-discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In a world filled with instant pleasures, distractions, and temptations, the ability to resist the urge for immediate satisfaction is critical. This could mean sacrificing a night of relaxation in order to work on your dreams. It could mean turning down the instant gratification of indulgence for the delayed rewards that come from hard work, focus, and persistence. Self-discipline means choosing the harder right over the easier wrong, understanding that the sacrifices made today will bring you greater rewards tomorrow. It is easy to become overwhelmed when faced with the enormous goals we set for ourselves. The challenge of achieving something great often seems insurmountable, but self-discipline is the tool that helps break these challenges down into manageable steps. It allows you to focus on the present moment and take action on the tasks that will bring you closer to your goal, no matter how small they may seem at the time. It teaches you to stay committed to the process, even when the results aren't immediate. Self-discipline helps you remain consistent day in and day out, putting in the effort even when the motivation ebbs. You must be willing to show up, to put in the work, and to make the choices that support your future, not just the easy, comfortable decisions that keep you in your current state. This requires a level of mental toughness, an internal resolve that pushes you to do what is necessary rather than what is convenient. The strength to stay disciplined comes from the clarity of your vision and the depth of your commitment. When you know exactly what you are working toward, when your goal is clear and meaningful to you, the sacrifices you make along the way don't feel like burdens. They become stepping stones to your future. You begin to see that each disciplined action, no matter how small, is a brick laid in the foundation of your success. Self-discipline also involves taking responsibility for your life. It means taking ownership of your actions and decisions, understanding that the outcomes you experience are the result of the choices you make. No one else is to blame for your failures, nor can anyone else be credited with your successes. You are the architect of your life. This realization demands the highest level of accountability. It is easy to blame circumstances or other people when things don't go as planned, but true self-discipline is the ability to look inward, assess your choices, and make the necessary adjustments. This mindset shifts you from being a passive recipient of life circumstances to an active creator of your destiny. Another key element of self-discipline is the power of habits. Habits shape our lives far more than we realize. Most of our actions are not the result of deliberate decisions, but are automatic behaviors formed over time. These habits can either support our goals or sabotage them. The disciplined person knows this and works intentionally to create positive habits that align with their vision. Whether it's waking up early, working out, reading, or staying focused on their work, disciplined individuals develop habits that move them closer to their objectives. These habits, once established, become second nature, requiring less and less effort over time. Self-discipline also requires an understanding of your weaknesses and the courage to face them. We all have moments of temptation, procrastination, and weakness. These moments are not failures, but opportunities to strengthen our resolve. The key is not to be discouraged by them, but to use them as stepping stones to greater self-control. Each time you resist temptation, each time you push through a moment of procrastination, you strengthen your self-discipline and build your confidence. The more you practice self-discipline, the easier it becomes to make the right choices, even when faced with difficulties. Another aspect of self-discipline is the ability to manage your emotions. Our emotions can either fuel us or sabotage our efforts. It is easy to be swayed by anger, frustration, or fear, letting these emotions dictate our decisions and actions. But self-discipline means learning to manage and control these emotional responses. It means responding to challenges with calm and focus, rather than allowing stress or anxiety to cloud your judgment. The disciplined person does not act out of impulse or emotion. They respond with intentionality and poise. Self-discipline is also about cultivating mental resilience. It means being able to endure the hardships, setbacks, and frustrations that will inevitably come your way. There will be times when progress seems slow, when obstacles appear insurmountable, and when success seems distant. But the disciplined individual understands that these moments are part of the process. They are temporary, and through patience, perseverance, and unwavering commitment, they continue moving forward, knowing that success is the result of steady, consistent effort over time. Ultimately, self-discipline is about mastering yourself. It is about aligning your actions with your values and purpose. It is about developing the inner strength to stay true to your path, even when it is hard, even when others doubt you, and even when you feel like giving up. It is not the absence of challenges, but the ability to keep going despite them. Self-discipline is the true measure of your commitment to your goals, your dreams, and your future. It is the foundation upon which all success is built, and without it, no lasting achievement is possible. The power of self-discipline is the power to transform your life from ordinary to extraordinary by consistently making the right choices and taking deliberate action toward your dreams. In conclusion, the journey to becoming mentally strong and overcoming life's challenges is rooted in the fundamental principles of persistence, faith, action, self-discipline, and a mindset that refuses to accept defeat. Mental strength isn't an innate trait. It is something that can be cultivated, shaped, and refined through daily habits, decisions, and a relentless commitment to your goals. The obstacles that stand in your way are not barriers, but opportunities to grow stronger, to develop resilience, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness. As you build the mental fortitude to persist through adversity, to act on your faith, and to exercise self-discipline, you will find that the power to transform your life lies within you. It requires commitment, patience, and most importantly, the courage to push forward despite the challenges that inevitably arise. By training your mind, you unlock your true potential and become the architect of your own success. The road may be long and difficult, but it is through these trials that you build the strength to overcome anything life throws your way. Remember, it is not the circumstances that define you, but your response to them. The strength of your mind is forged through overcoming obstacles, making disciplined choices, and believing in your own power to rise above challenges. By embracing these principles and embodying the mindset of someone who is relentless in their pursuit of greatness, you can face any adversity, achieve any goal, and ultimately create the life you desire.